My name is Ali Alberigo, and I'm the owner and founder of Long Island Ninjitsu Centers, where we teach 21st century ninjitsu. And today I'm here with you with our YouTube lesson of the day, and I'm going to show you my 18 locks. There's been some other videos on YouTube with these locks. Actually, they show them as 12, and it was at a seminar that I had taught. But now I'm here at my ninja retreat, which is up here in Ellenville, New York, on my own 20-acre ranch called Tenso En. And I'm here with my two ninja students. Come on up, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go over the locks, so come on over here with me. So this is a French and French, if you can just step to the side. The first lock basically is going to be Omote Gyakku, and I'm going to go through a series of them. So he throws the punch. Oh! Of course, I'm blocking. I then could parry. Different ways I could parry, with a single hand parry or double. Single hand parry or double-handed parry through into our first lock, Omote Gyakku. Of course, there's been some controversy, and I've seen some comments on the YouTube video that this man could punch me with that hand. And if the lock is not done properly, that's absolutely true. But when I'm pinning the lock in, he's not going to be able to throw the punch at me. So the first lock, again, throw the punch one more time, is here through what we call Omote Gyakku, or in jiu-jitsu systems, Kote Gaeshi. The second lock, I then feed through, cross grab into what we call Ura Gyakku. Now I'm going to pin my hand and lock him in for pain. Again, no way he's kicking or punching me with this, because if he does, he's going to break his own wrist. The third lock I go to is what we call in ninjitsu or Ninpo is Yahazu Gake. I grab the wrist, pin it through, and pull it back. This is a very powerful lock, very, very devastating. So from here, pinning, then I'm going to come through into this lock, grabbing the hands, the meat of the hands, locking, called Etta Nage. Of course, you can see the pain just with a little. Through here, pulling it into what is commonly known as a C-lock or a come-along in the law enforcement agencies. Now on this, I like to grab the pinkies, pinning it in, and then I reinforce with the fingers, locking downward. At this point, I then thumb down onto the wrist, and I release, and I come into my second come-along. From here, from this position here, I grip the wrist tightly. I then feed it through and up, twisting and torquing the wrist inward into another lock, which is an Etta Nage lock. At this point, right from here, I'm going to weave my hand through, weave it through into what we call Omote Gyakku. His shoulder is on a 45-degree angle. I'm isolating the elbow. If I'm on his arm here, on his shoulder, he's going to be able to resist, so I come in here. Then I go into another lock called Muso Dori, grabbing the elbow. I like to step in, so I'm available to knee to the head, and I also pin back on a direction to his knee, pinning inward to the knee. At this point, we practice it for this reason. He actually almost gets up, forces himself up, and kind of works around. I then weave over the top, and I push down on the arm, pulling it into my stomach, grabbing the wrist, and I go into what we call Oni Kodaki, in Japanese known as crushing the devil. So let me show you that again. He's here, I'm pinning. He then forces himself up, maybe to grapple with me. I then pin through, grab, and go into our shoulder lock. Very easy to isolate and break the shoulder. At this point, I hold the wrist, torquing it down, coming through. This could be a strike, an elbow. I feed through, and this hand right here is going to go to his stomach, grabbing skin and locking him in. Notice how I never give space, never let him get out. At this point, just for practice, I'm shooting through into what we call Goja Dori. Let me spin him around. This is the lock right here. Thumbs and hands together, never weaving your fingers locked, thumbs together, almost as if I was going to suck on my thumb. Sorry. So I'm locking him here at this point. Now, from here, what I want to do is then release and feed into a finger lock. This hand reinforces over the top, isolating the joint of the elbow, pushing in and locking. I then go into my next lock. First one, Hiji Gyakku Dori. Wrist grab, finger grab, first set. Second one, I feed it over my head. Now I don't lift it in the air, I let my head come down and it slides across my back onto the second side. Some may say he could grab me and choke me, but at this point I'm breaking that elbow. Then I feed it to my outside. Fingers again and locking. This could also be a throw if I step in. So I have my another lock series. From this position here, what I want to do is then turn in, locking the fingers, pinning them up. Notice how I have this isolated with this web of my hand into his wrist joint, thumbs grab, locking in. and pressure to the fingers. Last and final, I'm going to twist outward, doing a throw, almost a Kote Gaeshi again, outside throw, and bringing them down. And of course, we could do all sorts of pins from there. So that's the first set. Those are 18 locks right there. And this is our 18 lock set in all Ninpo and Ninjutsu locks for our first YouTube lesson. So thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoy it. Arigatou gozaimasu.